Hello folks, Simon here, welcome back to the channel, and this is Tactics Ogre Reborn, a game that was originally released back in 1995 for the Super Nintendo / Famicom, and then was remade for the PSP in 2010. So Reborn, which is what we are playing, an upcoming release, is based on the PSP version. Now it has been enhanced, so this is a remaster of a remake. There's a whole bunch of changes here, which we are going to be getting into as we play the game. But Tactics Ogre Reborn is a tactical role-playing game, which I've not covered a lot of these types of games on the channel, but I know that many of you are big fans of them, so I hope you folks enjoy this. This is courtesy of Square Enix, and the game itself is releasing November the 11th, 2022, and is coming to all the major consoles, as well as PC. So without any further ado, folks, let's go ahead and get started here. And right from the get-go, I am going to state that the #1 change, I would say, over the PSP remake of Tactics Ogre is that Reborn now has full voice acting all the way through the game. So let's go ahead to start with and select our character's birth date. Now, you do not select the name of your character in this version. Okay, he will be called Denim by default, and presumably, again, that's because of the voice acting, so his name is going to be spoken a lot. I'm going to select August the 27th because, well, it might be my real-life birthday. No, I'm not hinting, I'm just stating the facts. And that will give us day 21 of Dark Scale. So let's go ahead and confirm. We are then going to be presented with a number of cards. Now, the cards you get may be different to the cards I get. Right? And that's a little bit annoying because you want to try and focus on building up your stats by answering these questions. In particular, your strength and agility stats are what you are really going to want to go for. Now, because you may get different cards to me, you may not be able to copy me, but this isn't so much as a walkthrough as more of an introduction to the game, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. And I'm going to focus, as I say, on strength and agility. So this is the world. Let me just see, I've got my little list here so that I know how to build this up best. Okay, to get agility here, we want to select the middle option, which is a weapon. Although I'm actually going to go for strength because that will give us +2 strength rather than +2 agility. So I'm going to go for an exemplar. Yeah, I'm not that cynical. That will give us +2 strength, which is a really good thing for us to start with. And then for magician, let me just check. We could actually go for +4 strength here. And yeah, that's better because the other options won't give us any stat boosts at all in terms of agility. So let's go ahead and select Liberty and Turmoil. There's 5 of these to go through in total. The Devil, oh, very ominous. I tell you what, some of these questions give you some very cynical answers to select from, don't they? A devil will grant you any wish for a price, of course. What are you willing to endure? I'm not getting a whole lot of agility choices here, so left or middle is absolutely fine. Yeah, we can enjoy a little bit of grotesque disfigurement, can't we? I'm sure we can handle that, no problems whatsoever. And then for our 4th question, we have the moon. In a fit of passion, you take your friend's lover. What will you do next? Oh my goodness, what sort of game am I getting into here, guys? Okay, let's go ahead and find the moon. Where are you, moon? And I'm going to select the middle option because that will give us +2 to our agility. Savor the moments. Yeah, makes sense. Moving on quite quickly from that. The final one here, Wheel of Fortune. You stand at the end of a hard-fought battle. Why have your forces lost? Either of these will give us +2 strength. So let's go ahead and select the middle one, Poor Leadership. And after that, we need to select an element, which will give us a bit of a boost in the battlefield. And it's generally considered, from what I understand, that choosing the fire is probably going to give you the best early game advantage. And since we are going to be focused through Chapter 1, for the sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and select the Goddess of Fire here. So, yeah, we'll go and do that. And that's pretty much it for the early game choices. As I say, we're not going to be selecting the main character's name, which if you played the previous versions, including the PSP version, you may have been expecting to do. There's blood on my hands. How long till it lies on my heart? Yeah, there's a whole bunch of other features.
Don't tell me you're scared. If you've lost your taste for blood, I'll do this myself. That's enough, Vice. Let's go.
So you get your typical archetype characters here, let's be honest. But that's absolutely fine.
This won't end well. And what do we gain by taking their lives anyway?
Lancelot is captain of the Dark Knights, and they are the source of Barkram power. Kill Lancelot, and you remove one of the pillars supporting them. The Barkram will falter, if only for a moment. Yet that moment will be all the encouragement the Galgastani require. They want Valeria for their own.
The turmoil of the last war has only just settled. And you'd start another.
Are we Wallister so free of turmoil now, Koshua? We are less than vermin in their eyes. Insects to be crushed underfoot.
If war begins anew, we'll die just the same.
Yeah, so folks, what do you think of the voice acting so far? You know, all of this voice acting is brand new for this version of the game, and they have gone through the entire game. So that's a lot of voice acting they've had to record.
We'll flank them. Denim, go round behind. Right.
Right, so here we have our first battle. Well, it's kind of our first battle, without giving spoilers. It's very, very easy. So this is just the first of a few tutorials in effect. And our enemy is Lancelot. Now, again, if you played the PSP version before, then the battlefield will be very familiar to you, because this is effectively that version of the game. Yeah, we get a couple of bits of information here. So, effectively, this is a turn-based tactical RPG. You can see at the bottom there, the turn order, and you can have the same character appear on that more than once. That is just, it will only show so many turns, but that is the turn order, so hopefully you guys can understand that. And we're going to start here with Denim, and all we need to do is sneak up behind our opponents. So we have a couple of options here. We can move, we can act. This is how we, or this is what we select if we want to do things like attack. And also we can end the turn if we are happy with what we've done. Now, just before we do anything, I just want to show you, if you use the right analog stick, I'm playing on PS5, you can actually change the battle view into this top-down view, which is really useful just to help you get a better understanding of the overall grid, so you know where you can move to and all of that good stuff. But just bear in mind, it's a little bit more difficult from this angle to see the elevation levels, and a lot of moves are going to be based on the current level of elevation. So just consider that as well. But I'm going to go ahead now and just select move. And you can see the highlighted squares that we can move to. So let's go and move to as far as we can away from our current position. And then we can select act or we can end turn. It really doesn't matter for the purposes of this tutorial. Let's throw a stone onto nothing, shall we? Just to see that in action. Whee! Oh no, we missed. When we select end turn, we actually get to choose the location, not the location, sorry, the angle that we are currently facing as well, which is nice. Anyway, that's the first tutorial battle.
Friends of the Resistance, and no friends of yours.
The Resistance?
I expected a warmer welcome than this. They're children.
Wait, do you even know who we are?
You're Lancelot, and that makes you my enemy.
Lancelot is my name, true. How is it that you know me?
How could I forget you? The Dark Knights laid torch to this town only a winter past.
The Dark Knights? But we come from the kingdom of New Zenobia to the east.
And Lancelot of the Dark Knights has but one eye. You have two.
One eye, you say? Would that he lacked my name as well. His reputation, it seems, does...
A few mercenaries as we go and lay siege to a castle is going to be somewhat useful.
The Duke is as good as dead.
Ah, then it's settled. We will prepare at once.
Why do you not heed me, brother? I know how you must feel. But what of my feelings? I don't want to lose you. Our father is dead. A hard truth. a truth all the same, in all the world. You are the only one bound to me by blood. I couldn't bear to let you die. Forgive me. I know my words will not sway you. Only promise me. Promise you'll never leave your sister.
What's keeping you? Everyone's ready. You can't coddle him forever. He's no little boy anymore.
Do not speak to me of my brother. He does not share your lust for blood.
I have no love for war, but I'd sooner die on my feet than on my knees.
You would die on the backs of others.
You were the one who brought them in here, Kashua.
Because when I find a tool well suited for a job, I use it. At least one of us has the sense to recognize an opportunity. You should thank me.
Is that how you see people? As tools? I'd have expected more of a Sybil.
Yep, seems like there's a little bit of division in the ranks, doesn't it?
I only want to see an end of death.
Okay, so we've got a bunch of party members now, but they are guest party members, which means we won't have direct control over them. The way the game works is we will be given this map, and this is where we do all of our pre-battle strategizing. We can go through our equipment, our skills, all of that good stuff. We can also save our game, which is, of course, very helpful. And then we can simply go ahead and select our next destination. A little bit later on as well, we'll be able to repeat the previous battles, which I think is new, at least to the PSP version. So it might not be new to this version of the game, but it wasn't in the original SNES version. You can repeat previous battles in order to keep gaining experience, in case you need to do a little bit of farming before the upcoming challenges. Now you can go to the party menu by selecting Denim here and just selecting party. There are all of our guest party members, so we can't change anything in terms of their equipment. However, if we head over to Denim here, you can see we can change various bits and bobs. Although right now we can't because we don't have anything, but in theory we could if we did. So we've got a whole bunch of equipment there. There's a new feature as well. I do want to mention this, called Charms. This is the very first version of the game that has them. And you can use charms. They are consumable items to help you out in battles. And you can even give party members experience boosts and things like that. So I'm not sure how they are going to work, but it sounds like a nice quality of life feature. If we get them in Chapter 1, then maybe I can show them to you. We get our skills here. Right now, we don't have much choice. So we're just going to select the swords one hand because that goes with our weapon. And then finishing moves have also been updated for the Reborn version of the game as well. So we get to be able to have more choices there later on. And also on this screen, you get to see the basic stats. So we've got 48 strength, which I believe has been boosted because of the card selections we made at the start. You get to see our attack damage, our HP, MP. Oh, one of the things that was in the original game was TP, technical points. I believe they have gone completely. Everything in terms of resource cost is now just HP and MP. And our experience, 0 out of 40. There is also a party level as well, which is important because our individual characters cannot out-level our party level. So there's a whole bunch of other stuff here we could go through, but I'm not going to do that now because it'd be a lot of information all at once. Let's go ahead, shall we? And yeah, if you want to save your game, you go to data here. But let's go ahead and get started with the next battle. I've just increased the game volume a bit, so hopefully that's a better balance. I know you still need to hear my voice, but it's also good to be able to hear the in-game voices as well. But let's go ahead and go to our Morika Castle. And we'll see what's going on over here, shall we? Maybe we'll have a friendly welcome, but it's unlikely, let's be honest with you. Okay, now that we've chosen the main location, we can move ahead to the first battle here, which is the gates of the castle. So that's all we need to do there, and we'll be greeted by our next cutscene. And it looks like the enemy is waiting.
Here to save your Duke, is it? There's 2,000 goth on that one's head, boys. Half the purse to him what brings him down.
Right, looks like we're getting thrust right into the thick of it this time. Now, this is a battle where we will need to defeat the enemy. So we're going to be introduced to a number of new
The
systems
narrow
here.
seam Scarce one pace across. Easily jump this. Watch.
And what I will say is throughout the course of this battle, virtually every time one of our guest party members does something, they are going to give some dialogue. So we will be interrupted quite a bit as we make our way through, but that's mostly just for these tutorials.
But look before, nah. You can only jump to ground of the same height or lower.
One of the winged, like me, moves with no heed of height or terrain.
And just to clarify again, I'm not controlling the guest party members, that's the CPU or the AI.
Even so, rushing in alone without someone to watch your back is asking for an early grave.
Always keep a close watch on the action to see who will move next. Avoid unnecessary actions and keep speed on your side. The distance a unit moves and the actions it takes determine how long it must wait to move again. The order in which units act is called the attack turn. Keep a close eye on this. You can sort units by order of attack turn to quickly tell which unit will move next.
When a unit's turn comes round, you can command it to move, act, or use skills. What's more, you can issue these commands in any order you see fit. Think on your choice as well. The command to move can be cancelled at any time. If you find a unit out of range for a planned attack, try moving it to a different location.
Units begin battle with no MP, that being the font of all magical power. Units accumulate MP gradually over time. Powerful magic requires greater amounts of MP, so think ahead before casting a spell.
Okay, so now Denham gets his turn, and seeing as how he is our active party member, we get to control him. And just to clarify as well, it was mentioned, but you can see at the bottom, the left-hand screen, next to the turn order, it says Denham has RT 0. That's a good thing. That means he gets to attack, okay? The lower the RT, the sooner that party member will be able to attack. So if we move over here to Ribold, you can see his RT, his recovery time is 3, which means he'll get to attack next. So the recovery time will increase the further down the list you go, because this is the turn order. I just wanted to mention that to you folks. There's 15 characters in the turn order in total. So let's go ahead now, and with Denham we're going to start moving now, because we have got the stone's throw, but that's pretty terrible to tell you the truth. I think it does like 1 damage. So swinging our sword is going to be the best course of action. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now and start moving, and we're just going to move as close to the enemy as we can. I don't think there's anything really else we need to worry about. And once we've finished, we can go ahead and end turn, or let's say, for example, we moved here so we could get into a ranged position to attack an enemy, but we still couldn't reach them. Just as the tutorial said, we can then cancel the move and move again somewhere else if we wish. That won't take up any part of our turn, which is really nice. So let's go ahead and move there, and we're just going to end the turn because obviously there's nothing we can do here. When we end turn, as I mentioned, we get to choose the orientation we are facing. So if we know what we want to do the following turn, then yeah, that's why we would want to choose that. So let's just face forwards. And sometimes after the end of your turn, you'll loot an item as well. In this case, a magic leaf. And now we're just going to have to wait for all the other party members and enemy members to take their turns. So some of the enemies have ranged attacks here. Warren here is our magician. So he has a nice spell. He has a damaging fire spell as well, if I remember.
And special. Units learn skills as they gain levels, according to their class. That just now was Meditate, an auto skill. Auto skills will sometimes take effect before your turn comes around. Use this to your advantage.
Yeah, there's that fire spell. Shakespeare. I like it.
A conjurer of magics must do more than learn a spell to wield it in battle. You must assign each spell before you enter the fray.
Yep, and you can do that from the menu.
Assign spells to your units from the party screen. Be sure that you don't forget.
We won't need to worry about that, though, for the next couple of battles.
You'll need a class mark in order to change a unit's class. Some class marks can be found for sale in shops, but not all are to be had so easily.
Yeah, so you can change classes in this game. One thing to note, as far as I know anyway, you don't lose any gained levels when you switch classes, so that's a nice little thing.
A unit's level doesn't change.
Ah, there we go, I was right.
Classes. So if one class isn't working out, a new line of work may be in order.
I should just keep my mouth shut, shouldn't I? The game will tell you if you need to know these things.
There's no reason to go making things harder on yourself than they already are.
To use common consumables, such as mend leaf in battle, you'll have to prepare before you're on the field. Up to 4 may be readied. Best choose them with your unit's needs in mind.
Yeah, so that applies to consumable items, healing items, things of that nature. So you can collect, I'm not sure what the actual item cap is, but it's quite a lot. And then you can bring a limited amount, as we were just told by Merdin, up to 4 into the actual battle.
Take heed of the enemy's element before striking. There are 8 in all. Each element has its strength. Air against earth and so on. It can be enough to give you the edge you need.
Effectively, if you've played anything in the way of Square's RPGs before, that won't be a surprise to you.
Your party's level will rise as you lead them to victory in the stages to come. And remember, a unit can't advance beyond the level of the party.
One whisper of Ronway's execution and out you come, bold as you please. A rat can smell a trap, but not all rebels, huh? High time we were rid of your lot.
Support skills are just that, skills that provide some passive benefit to the user. When I move, you'll notice yellow points of light near me on the ground. This is a support skill called Rampart Aura. Any foes entering the range of the aura will be unable to move further until their next turn. Some support skills hinder the enemy's movement, while others might grant enhanced strength. Consider well your class and lay of the battlefield when choosing which to use.
Yeah, and remember, a lot of abilities are, well, in fact, I think all of the abilities are based on the grid, but outside of various ranged attacks and magic attacks, a lot of them can't be used diagonally. Like I say, ranged attacks and magical attacks tend to be better in those instances, but especially melee attacks and auras and stuff, they are based on the horizontal and vertical aspects of the grid. Right, so it's Denham's turn again. So we see if we can advance a little bit closer now to the enemy. Yep, that'll do just fine. And we could technically, we can't hit it with the sword, as I said, because it's diagonal, but we could go ahead maybe and throw a stone. Oh no, that's too close. We can't throw stones in melee, but what we can do is throw one over here, just for 1 HP of damage, potentially, if it doesn't miss. And then we'll face forwards. And we collect another item as well, another mend leaf. And now we just have to wait for the other party members to take their turn. But one little tip for you folks, I'm not sure if this was part of the PSP version or not, but tapping L3 speeds the battle up. You can see in the right-hand corner of the screen there at the top.
We walked right into it.
But cutscenes are slowed down to normal speed.
Trap or no, we fight or we die. I've never let a Galgastani get the better of me, and I don't mean to start today.
Focus, Vice. Our first duty is to save the Duke.
Don't lecture me on duty. Your only duty is to stay alive.
You should not speak to Denham so. He was only trying to help.
It might seem like there's a lot to learn when it comes to this game in terms of the strategies and that, especially if you are new to these tactical style RPGs. But once you get the hang of it, a lot of it will seem like second nature, and it is a lot of fun. It really is. Yeah, it looks like we're doing some nice damage here.
You're no Wallisters.
But we haven't defeated any enemies just yet.
When I see one.
Okay, there goes the first. You can see as well it's dropped a loot bag. Now, you can pick those up. You have to finish on those squares to do so, or the party members will pick them up for us. I believe as well the ones that aren't looted do get picked up at the end of the battle. I can't remember exactly how it works in this version of the game, but I guess we'll find out. Right, so it's our turn once more. We can go ahead now, perhaps, and start making our way up here. And let's do a little bit of damage. We can damage Baypal directly at this point. He's got 388 HP. And that was unfortunate.
Are you all right, Denham?
I also think as well you can do more damage, or rather have a higher accuracy chance of hitting if you can attack your enemies from behind.
You shouldn't let Vice get to you.
I'm fine, sister. Back to the battle.
And right now, of course, we are using the guest party members that we've been forced to take in with us, but later we'll be able to sort out our party, filling out the roles and that as we see fit. So we're going to have to work those into our strategy as well. It's not just about the strategy when we're in battle, but about beforehand. So these items are going to be that, items like equipment and stuff, but most of these early loots are going to be stuff that we don't need because we've already got it equipped. Okay, so we don't actually need any of that stuff, but hey, it's nice to get some loot, isn't it? Right, so once more it is our turn, and I think the trick is maybe if we... What do you think? Just finish off the rest of the minions? Let me see who we've got left here. So we've got the main boss, of course. We've got one of their magicians. And we've got this fella as well, Celes. I think we'll leave the main boss for now. And just take out some of the little noobs. It doesn't really matter too much, though, if I'm honest with you. I don't think it's easy to lose this fight, if I'm honest. But let's go ahead and do a nice bit of damage to Oliver the Magician. Yeah, it looks like our party members are taking care of the boss as well. Oh, we got some Xena wine. Yeah, look at this. Party members are very kindly grabbing it all for us. There goes the magician. Looks like he's almost down. I think, however, I might go ahead and attack the final foe that's not the main boss. And the reason for that is I want to try and kill everybody if we can. So let's just move up one notch. And then we'll short sword this fella down. Celes. Celes, a boy or a girl? I actually don't know. Sounds like, you know, a girl's name based on Final Fantasy VI to me. But looks quite boyish in the character. So who knows? Well, we didn't kill the final minion, but that's okay. We did the battle, that's the main thing. And yeah, we must get the loot afterwards anyway, because there's no way to physically loot it ourselves. So it must be included there in our spoils. And that was a fun battle. We get 206 experience for our trouble. So because of our party level, we can't overtake that, if you remember. So a lot of our party members there are not going to be getting any of the experience. But that's cool.
The way inside is clear. Stay on guard.
Leave the heavy lifting to us, Denham. Cover our flank. That's all we ask.
Okay, so we can once again access the party screen. Check out some of that equipment that we collected, but it is just the same sort of stuff that we've already had. Look, we've got 3 of these bronze helms. Nothing else that's really going to be useful to us at the moment. I'll just check we didn't get any weapons or anything, did we? Nope, no buckler and no other additional weapons, so that's fine. Okay. We can, however, let's just go ahead here and see our consumables, and we can bring these into battle as I mentioned. So right now we have no items selected, but perhaps we could go ahead and bring in a couple of mend leaves. And, oops. We have to select each one individually, it seems. We also have magic leaf for restoring MP. We can remove stun. We can revive, that's what the blessing stone is for. So that's your phoenix down. And then we can inflict breach, which is a status, onto our enemies as well. Let's just go ahead for now, though, and throw a couple of men leaves into play, because we're not going to need to do any of that other stuff. We don't even need to recover MP at the moment. We've got plenty of it, enough for the battle. And, yeah, we can't, you know, equip spells without having the required party. Not the party, sorry, with the required class. So we'll just keep things as they are right now. Okay, we'll keep our sword skill active, and I don't think we have any finishing moves yet. I think we get those after the next fight. So let's go ahead and save before moving on. And this is the final battle now of this opening dungeon.
A fine time for this, with Master Nibeth away. Listen well. We face the rogues who slew Bapal and his men. Underestimate them, and share Bapal's fate. Give these rebel swine a taste of Galgastani steel. Almorica shall never fall.
Okay, so this is a little bit trickier than the last battle. The enemies are a little bit tougher and do hit a little bit harder. But it's the same sort of concept, so we might have a couple of party members fall throughout this fight, but I don't think it's going to make any difference. That's why I haven't bothered equipping any of the reviving items. It's more just to introduce you to it all, really. So let's go ahead and end our turn there. And remember, L3, just tap that if you want to speed up as I have got, or slow, or not slow it down, but bring it down to normal speed.
Why do you meddle in our affairs? Our struggle with the Wallister goes back generations. It's no concern of yours. Or do you seek to claim Valeria as Lodis does? I will have your answer.
We are men without a country. We have lent them our swords because it suits us to do so.
And we're looking for mercenary work, as it happens. Not hiring, by any chance.
And worry you'll leave for a bigger purse? We don't need outsiders to do our killing.
He makes a good point. Let's rescue this Duke, collect our reward, and be done.
I can't believe Canopus was just going to abandon us right here, right now, and be recruited by the highest bidder.
The craven who would choose lucre over loyalty deserves only one reward.
Okay, so we're not in a position yet. Oh, yeah. No. We can do some damage here. So let's move over to this final square. And then if we select Act, Short Sword, we can attack this guy just here. 84 damage. Not terrible. Not terrible. And I guess we can just face forwards. Yeah, remember, if you can attack from behind, then that's all the better. Well, so far, looks like things are going our way for this fight. Let's see if we can keep it up, shall we? Down goes another. Okay, let me see what we've got here. So we could attack. Remember, you can select at the bottom as well. I'm trying to see if we can catch anybody from behind. It's going to be a little bit difficult. Yeah, I think it's going to be tough to attack from behind. So what we'll do is just move over here. And then sort of attack from the side, a bit of a flank. That makes sense. Yeah, look, we did get a bit of damage off there. And down goes our next foe. This is actually not too bad so far. Yeah, we haven't lost any party members yet, which I was kind of expecting to have done by this point. I mean, it could still happen. Okay, grab some more men leaves. Right. There we go. This time we can get a nice back attack. Okay. How many have we got left now? Just the two, I think. Just the one. Just the boss. Yeah, hopefully you guys get the ideas to combat here. These tutorials do help us. Just bear in mind that things are going to change up again because we're going to be actually recruiting party members shortly. Rather than just using these guest mercenaries. And we get the killing blow.
For Galgastan.
Yay, another battle done. So yep, there's our loot. And we should get another 200 plus experience. Okay, looks like we've maxed out our levels for the time being. To level 3. And we get our first finishing moves as well. So we'll have to sort those out in the party menu.
The taste of freedom is sweet. You have my thanks. Sweeter still that Wallister youths came to my aid. Denham, was it? Doubtless you and your friends are a gift from the Great Father himself. The Wallister boon is great, and our future bright.
We are not alone in our loyalty. Upon word of your Grace's release, many Wallister have left their haunts for Almorica.
And there is still time before the Galgastani come to remedy my freedom. Though not long, I fear. We must regroup. Now I must ask if the tale our guests have told us is indeed the truth.
Upon my sword it is. We are outcasts from our land.
I do not doubt your sword. It is the whiskers of your companion that give me pause. I hear a diviner matching his description was ever at the side of King Tristan when your new Zenobia came into being 2 years past, and that you, Sir Lancelot, were captain of the Holy Knights. Is the Saint King so brazen as to cast out the very men who placed him upon the throne?
I too have heard tell of this diviner, but I am not he.
Lodis plagues us with the Dark Knights, Lothlorien. How do we know that you are not some new menace visited upon Valeria? If new Zenobia does not seek to usurp, I would have your proof.
Your Grace, these holy knights risked their own lives to win your freedom.
A man can claim knighthood only when he serves a worthy lord. It is for such a man that we seek.
I have your word, and its proof shall be in your deeds. You sought a reward. You shall have it, and employment besides. I would have you train our Wallister loyals as guards and soldiers here in Almorica.
As you wish.
Now, Denham, your father was an Abuna in Goliath, was he not? I met him myself once. What happened in Goliath was a tragedy.
Please, Your Grace, you must avenge our father. No, all the people of Goliath.
Yet the enemy before us is Galgastan. They must come first, and for that, I will need knights. Knights such as yourselves. Will you join my table at Almorica?
Us? Knights?
As young heroes of Wallister, you will serve as a shining example to your clansmen. I would have you become knights in my direct service. Well, what say you?
Of course. I mean, as you wish, Your Grace. I know Denham's with me on this.
Excellent. Now, if you are to be a knightly order, you will require a name.
Okay, so we are now officially working under Duke Romway, who we have rescued. And we get to name our order. So let's go ahead to input name. And let's call ourselves the one, the only. Come on, PlayStation controller, there we go. Since this is Fuzzfinger Gaming, we are going to be the Fuzzies. Because neither has there ever been a name that is instilled as much fear as the Fuzzies in their enemies. Order of Fuzzies. Oh, yes.
What do you think?
Yes, a fine...
I'm glad you agree.
You'll go far, I'm certain. I have much for you to do. Your first task takes you to the town of Chrysaro, to the southwest. The captain of my knights, Sir Leonard, has gone there in pursuit of the former overseer of this castle, a necromancer named Nibeth. Truth be told, he's having a harder time of it than was expected. You'll be going to Chrysaro to aid him. Understood? Now before you leave, you'll want to fill your ranks with soldiers from Almorica and purchase such gear as you'll require. I expect you have little in way of coin, so I'm giving you 30,000 goth from the treasury, and a few of my own knights to serve under you.
You can count on us, Your Grace. We won't let you down.
Then may victory and glory await you, young heroes of Wallister.
Right, so that's the end of the tutorial, effectively, which means we're now going to be getting into the game proper.
You've led us to gainful employ after all. My thanks.
No, it is I who should thank you.
So, you're off to aid one of the Duke's men. I regret we cannot join you. Above all else, stay alive. Win or lose, while there's life, there's hope.
I'll try to remember that.
Let's not forget, the dead get no second chances.
If death were our aim, there are swifter ways to go about it than soldiery. We fight to live.
True enough. Still, do not needlessly seek out danger. Enough will find you as it is.
Of course.
Until we meet again, chaps.
You are the heroes of Goliath, are you not? I must thank you for saving His Grace the Duke. Indeed, accept my thanks on behalf of us all.
And you are?
Ravnus Luxarian, a knight in service of the Duke. I would ride to Leonar's aid myself, but His Grace has other need of me. I fear the task falls to you.
No need of fear, friend. We took back this castle, didn't we?
In a manner of speaking, I suppose.
And what manner would that be?
She and her fellow knights drew off the garrison defending the castle. Else, we would not have succeeded.
If it were not for the sacrifice of others, we would be no heroes of Goliath now.
Make no mistake, I have high hopes for you. We must unite the people behind us if we are to put an end to this endless war.
Never fear, the fuzzies are here.
Word of your heroics emboldens them.
Then you hold us up as heroes to serve some stratagem, is that it?
If you do not like it, give truth to the lie. Write your own fate on the battlefield.
May fate smile on us both, Dame Ravnus.
His Grace provided you with war funds, yes? Remember, they do no good sitting in your coffers. Arms, spells, provisions. Even a single magic ring can mean the difference between victory and defeat.
She thinks highly of herself. I pray we are not near when she falls from such height.
Okay, so at this point, we're going to sort out our party. And I'm just going to go ahead and select everybody. Okay, everyone will get the option to. So starting with Dalmas. Eleanor. And who else? Drake, go for it. Obviously, we can customize our party and stuff as we go through the game. Octavia, yep. Sounds good. And Caspar as well. Right, okay. So once we've liberated a dungeon, then we can revisit the dungeon as a friendly place in order to purchase and do other things, training as well, which is always good. So training is effectively like repeating the battles. You don't get items, but you do get experience. I believe that's new as well. I could be wrong, but I don't think that was in the SNES version. And our party has leveled up. So our party levels up throughout the course of the story, and it effectively acts as a limit as to how strong we can make our other party, or rather our characters as a whole, because they cannot individually level up above the party level. And we've got some money as well. So the next story destination then is Tynemouth Hill, and we're going to be heading there in a moment. I did just do a quick battle using the train menu at Elmorica Castle, which we can do now we've liberated this place. And that leveled my characters up to level 4, which is hopefully going to see us in good stead going forward. So don't forget, you can use the train option here to grind up levels in between story battles, just to make sure you don't fall too far behind and then end up just getting absolutely destroyed. The other option available then is the shop, so we can go to the shop and pick up some wares, some spells, things of that nature, though there's nothing really of interest at the moment. We could also hire some new folks to help us in our battles, but again, I'm happy with what we've got right now. When you first access the shop, you will be given the option to sell the coins that you have been looting. Make sure you do that, there's no real reason to hold on to them. And they do go for quite a bit of money, quite a bit of goth, so... Yep, there's the buy screen. Ranged armor, you can get some spells as well. You may want to get some spells, that's entirely up to you. Depending on, you know, the foes you're going to be facing off against, getting the correct elements can be really useful. But right now, I'm not too fussed about that, as the next battle is mostly going to be melee oriented, as far as I understand. So let's see how we get on there. Let's head to Tynemouth Hill here. Yep, before entering battle, you must choose which units you want to deploy. So we're going to choose all of our units. And what you want to do is double click.
I must leave.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, once we want to find a square we want to put our units on, we need to double click and then select the unit. It did confuse me a little bit, that did at first. When I did my previous battle, I was like selecting a square here, then I'm thinking, is there a unit there now? Or go over here and then there's nothing there. It was just really confusing for me, but that's because I'm old and stupid. So yeah, you select the square, then you click again when it's highlighted blue, and then you can select your character. So yeah, I'm going to stick melee characters up front, which is probably the wisest thing to do for now. So let's move Dalmas here, swap him perhaps with the wizard, with Drake there, and then we can put Dalmas down here. And who have we got left? We've got Octavia and we've got Casper. We'll put Casper down here, and then we'll put Octavia up in the middle. Oops. Yeah, it does take a little bit of getting used to some of this interface stuff, but once you do get used to it, it's really easy. And then let's put the wizard there, shall we? Okay, got to unhighlight them first, apparently. Where's remove? I did see remove. Oh, there it is, square. Okay, square to remove a unit. There we go. I don't know. It looks more symmetrical now. What do you guys think? And that's everybody assigned, so we'll go ahead and press the start button. Yep, we'll use this battle formation. And Teignmouth Hill, here we come. And I'm pretty sure it's Teignmouth, not Tynemouth.
Wallister rebels? Here? Then Almorica has fallen for true. Reinforcements for their kinsmen we've pinned down in Chrysaro. Make peace with the light, Wallister swine. Today you die.
You looked a lonely lot. Thought I might join you.
Yeah, we're actually going to get a few guests as well joining us.
I am Canopus. Step forward and meet your fate, dogs.
Right, so we've got the party members we've selected, but we've also got 3 guest party members. Canopus, Karshua, and Vice as well, who we've already met, all 3 of these guests. Let's just slow the battle speed down a little bit now. So as before, we won't be controlling the guests. They will do whatever it is they want to do, and we will be controlling our main party members. So it looks like before we're going to be doing much damage, we've got a bit of a journey ahead of us on the battlefield. So let's start traversing that now. And who are we controlling at the moment? Octavia. So we'll bring her over to here, I think. Or we could bring her over here and she could start flanking around the sides, perhaps. You know what? I think we're going to do that. I don't know if it's going to work, but it's something. And Octavia... Oh, actually, Octavia is our healer, of course, so she probably wants to stay fairly close. So what we're going to do is cancel that. And... we don't even have to move her at all. We could just skip her turn. I just want to keep her close to the other party members for now. And now we're controlling Drake. He is our wizard. So I'm going to move him here. It looks like I'm moving him to the head of the rank, but don't forget, we are going to be moving our melee party members shortly as well, so they will be still ahead of him. And I doubt we're going to be able to reach anything with his staff. In fact, we don't even have any MP right now. So let's go ahead and end his turn. Remember, we build our MP up by moving around and just progressing our turns and what have you. So if we go to Act, we can see straight away the type of character we're controlling. In this case, this is our archer in Eleanor. Now, we're not going to be able to reach anything yet. The yellow squares tell us where we can attack to. So again, we're just going to keep moving. And we'll move forwards to start with. And end turn. And now who have we got? We've got Casper. Casper is our melee bronze spear user, but also has access to some ranged attacks and heals as well. Although we'll probably be jabbing a lot. So let's go ahead and move forwards, which is pretty much all we can do right now. I want to try and just get to that other square if we can. There we go. A little bit pedantic, but I like to be precise.
This is a Wallister fight. We need no help from you.
Stubborn as ever, eh? How did one so young grow so
Thick! I'll give you thick!
It's nice we're all friends on our team, isn't it?
Not the wings!
Vice, control yourself.
Dear, dear. Right, we can now use the Chariot Turret. During battle, the game keeps track of the actions you take each turn, and the turret allows you to return to any of those previous turns and replay the battle from that point. And this alternate version of events is stored separately from the original, so you're free to choose the more favourable course. Oh, that's interesting then. Okay, we'll probably have to test that out at some point. And we can access that from the start menu, can we? Okay, well, we'll focus on using that if we need to in the future. Right, so let's go ahead and move Denim, I believe, isn't it? Yep, over here. Okay, so our opponents may get a few attacks off. Apparently not. Right, Dalmas can also move ahead, please. Oh, could we throw a stone? Actually, there's no point. I think it will put us further back in the turn order if we try and do that. Okay, and Octavia, who is our healer. If you remember, this is her second move now. So let's just keep her moving. So she's with the party members. The rest of the battle. And then Drake. We might be able to get a cheeky attack off with Drake. If we do dead shot, maybe. Oh, just out of... Oh, no, we're over here, look. Yeah, you have to be careful of line of sight. It looks like... Okay, yeah. I want to show you about line of sight before we go any further. Let's say there was an enemy on this yellow square here where the red finger's pointing to. If I tried to attack that square with Drake, the spell wouldn't reach. Instead, it would hit our own party member in the form of Casper. You can see how Casper's blocking the line of sight. It's really important you pay attention to that because you'll end up doing damage to your own team. That did throw me off in the last battle I did. But yeah, quickly learn that lesson. So just be careful about that. Make sure you have full line of sight to the target. In our case, we're going to be attacking Sylphie, I think it is. Okay, let's give it a go. Who is the fire element? So what elements do we have? We don't have ice, so... Could have picked up an ice element, but not to worry. From the shop, let's go ahead and attack. There we go, 76 points of damage. Not too bad at all. Gets the battle started, doesn't it? And looks like the enemy team are starting to close into us now. Okay, so can we get into firing range here? In fact, we should be able to. If we go from, from about here. Remember, we can cancel our move if we can't perform the action we thought we would be able to do. And yes, we can. And nothing's blocking our line of sight, so let's go ahead and attack. You see how this works, guys? It takes a bit of getting used to, but as you do so, it does start to make sense. It really does. Okay, so we have our bronze spear, or we could use a lightning bow here. In fact, let's use the bronze spear. Do a bit of damage. Melee. Might be enough to kill it. No, not quite. In fact, we got a counter, but that was blocked.
Today we fight for Wallister honor. Where does it lead?
I use bronze spear because we need to be moving up the battlefield anyway.
What's the matter? Lose your nerve? Or has the nagging of your pacifist sister unmanned you? Always hiding behind her skirt.
I'll tell you what, that Vice, I don't like him. He seems more of a liability than anything else, if I'm honest.
That's enough squawking out of you, Birdman.
Better a bird than a brute.
Yeah. I bet the enemy team are loving this.
Your children.
Okay, Vice has got a skill level up. Nice. Right, so we're back with Denim. And if we just... Problem is we're getting into a bit of a dangerous territory here with the enemy surrounding us. Oh. But I think we're okay. Let's see if we can finish off Sylphie, whatever her name is. Yeah, down she goes. So we get the first kill. Nice. Now it's our turn to take a little bit of damage, unfortunately. Right, Dalmus. Is he going to be able to reach from there? Let me just see. Possibly, we'll see. We can always cancel the move if not. Yeah, we can. Okay, they've got it in for Birdman.
Let me tell you a thing or two about battle, Dylan. Clear the wax from your ears and listen. The key is to divide and conquer. Whether you face a fearsome giant or a timid dormouse, that's the way it's done. Focus your attacks on one enemy at a time, and you'll emerge the victor.
Yeah, that's generally the strategy I like to go for, to be honest with you. Take them down one at a time. Okay, we're going to move Octavia as close as we can to the action, while trying to keep her out of harm's way as well. Can she heal anybody now? Yes. Who do we want her to heal, though? Denham hasn't taken much damage, has he? Nope, he hasn't taken any. Casper could be healed. Anyone else need better healing? I don't think so. We're doing okay at the moment. Okay, let's throw a heal onto Casper then. Keep her nicely topped up. And, oh, there was a bonus objective. I missed that. But we've got it complete, so that's nice. That will give us, I think, an extra 200 or so experience at the end.
Not withstand the withering attacks of the front lines. Keep us in the back, where we can support our warriors from afar. Be mindful of the enemy's position, and bring us no closer than need be.
Kashua hasn't actually done much this battle, I've got to say.
If you're unsure of the distance.
Okay, good job we healed Casper, as the enemy seems to be out to get her right now. Let's dead shot on the one we are trying to take down. Ebert next. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Did exactly what I warned you guys against. Well, there you go. You've seen the whole line of sight thing in action there, haven't you? Look, I'm such a moron. I literally just was not focused then at all. Yeah, now I've ended up flustering my moves completely. Right. So, I want to try and take that other guy out that's fairly low on HP right now. Can we do it from here? Nope. So let's cancel that move. Oh, no, wrong button. Let's try from over here. Oh, I don't know why we can't attack the enemy. I must just need to reorient here. Let's try from here. Yeah, that's better. We can do it now. There we go. And yet we've got full line of sight this time. Eadbert should be dead now, if I hadn't messed that up. So, yeah, just got to pay attention to that sort of thing. Right, Denham. I guess we just take out the other guy. I'm going to cancel that from... no, I think that's where we need to go. We're putting ourselves in harm's way of the wizard here, but I think it's worth it. There we go. Okay, second one down. Let's go ahead and end our turn. Yep, our party members will kindly grab the loot for us. Some more arboretes. Remember, we can sell those. Oh, we've got 15 of them. Goodness me. So they will sell for quite a bit of goth, which is really helpful, as I say, at the shops. Dalmus, who do we want to attack next? I think this fella, but I don't know if we can reach them, can we? Yeah, we can, from here. Ah, typical. Hey, leave our wizard alone.
One more piece of advice, Denham. If you come across a blue card on the field, be sure to pick it up. These can provide a boon to aid you for the rest of the battle. Stronger attacks, more critical strikes...
Okay, is that the charms? If you folks are in the know about that...
can only benefit from 4 of these boons at once, so mind who you give them to
Yeah, if you know, is that the charms or was that in the original game as well?
These will wipe out any boons you've already picked up.
I don't think they are.
You might want to try knocking your enemies into those.
I mean, I don't think they are charms.
Green cards raise a unit's core attributes, and the best part is they keep the bonus even after the battle ends.
Okay, so blue and green, we definitely want.
Card before someone picks it up to gauge its effect. There are many kinds, and it doesn't pay to go wasting them on the wrong soldier.
Okay, so this looks like a melee boost to me. Octavia does not need a melee boost, I would say, but she can go ahead and heal somebody for us. We could heal Drake, top him up, or Casper. I think Casper is probably best. A little bit low on HP there. And, yeah, we'll just end. No, we'll move Octavia around a little bit. There we go. Probably facing the wrong way, but oh well. Okay, if we go over here, we can grab the MP, yeah? So 25 out of 114. And apparently still 25 out of 114. Have I missed something there? Shouldn't we have gained more MP? Weird. Right, okay, so... I think I want to attack this guy, do I? We'll have to move if we want to do that. Actually, the only one in reach, so... potentially. Okay, I'm going to cancel getting that. As it didn't seem to do much anyway. There we go. A little bit of damage goes a long way, doesn't it? Oh, nice. Nicely timed miss there. Right, Casper could potentially get the boost, but... you know what? Why not? We can grab that. And then not actually use it on this turn, so we're not wasting that move. Does that make sense? Okay, and now we've got Eleanor... we can... oh, forgot Eleanor is ranged. So if we pop up here, maybe? Yep. Oh, hang on. Out of range? Oh, I didn't have the square selected correctly. Okay. I was thinking, hang on, that's not right. Okay, Denning. Let's grab this, shall we? I can't do much if I do that, though, is the only thing. Ah, that's fine. I want the loot. Although the loot's not that good, as we've got all that stuff already. And we do need to heal our wizard friend. Some of these battles do go on a bit, but they are fun. They are fun. Right, who am I moving at the moment? We're moving Dalmas with his hand axe. Okay, let's start taking this guy out, shall we? Oh, nearly dead, but not quite. Okay, we could potentially then grab this. Oh, I did it on the wrong character, but that's okay. I think it will boost healing. I think. Right, who needs a heal? Definitely Drake. Let's see if that made any effect. I'm not sure if it did. Maybe it did. Okay, let's move over here. Do a bit more damage to Arnott. And now Air Averse. Interesting. Right then, Eleanor, with your bow. Who can I attack from here? Leofwen. Okay, that'll do fine. Take some Shakespeare's to the face, because why not? I know that we should probably heal up, but I do want to try and finish off some of these if we can, and that's really annoying. You do have to take chances, I feel. Right, Denim. Okay, that guy's almost dead. Come on. Yes, another one down. Perfect. Okay. I guess we start taking out... Is this guy the boss, Orber? I think so. Maybe heal yourself, or... Yeah. Got enemies all around at the moment. But I think we're on track to win this one. I do. And let's move a little bit away from the other enemies as well. Okay. In line of sight, yep, 116 HP. Let's go ahead and do that. One more hit and that one is down. I suppose we should grab this as well though, shouldn't we, whilst we are here? Another bronze helm. Right, do we need to move to finish this guy off? Nope. Come on. Yes, Arnott is down at last. Okay, so we've only got one more fiend left now. One more enemy, and that's the wizard guy. I was hoping we'd be able to move to grab some of that loot, but apparently not. Oh no, the wizards grabbed MP. Although the MP restore didn't seem to do much when we grabbed it, did it? Which was weird. There we go. Loot and attack in one move. Very nice. Although again, the loot seems a little bit pointless right now. Let's go for a nice back attack, shall we? You're less likely to be parried on a back attack. And we got a skill with swords level up. There we go. Perfect. So the green cards are the ones I think we definitely want to get before the end of the battle, because we get to keep those new stats permanently. Oh, we got the first bonus objective complete as well. I wonder what that was. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so win with a cleric in the battle party. And use magic to heal. Well, they were quite easy then. Oh, we did get a water charm, though. Charms are new to this version of the game. So this should max us out, hopefully. Oh, it didn't max our guests out, but it did max our other party members out until we get a party level. Okay. Not a bad battle. Not a bad battle at all. And now Canopus wants to join the party. Go on then. Come and join us, fuzzies. Right. So now that Teignmouth Hill... Oh, no. Almorica Castle. There's no shop in Teignmouth Hill, obviously. But here there is.
Welcome.
So straight away it's going to ask us to sell our coins, and we're going to select yes for another 4,000 goth. So just before we finish up, I would like to show you the charms. If we head to party, we can choose a party member, for example, Denham here. And then right near the bottom of the screen, we do have the charms option. So this is new, okay, to this version of the game, as I say. And we've got two charms right now. We've got the water charm, which will change Denham's element, innate element status from fire to water. If we use that, it is a consumable. And we have the experience charm as well, which would give him an experience boost. But unfortunately, because we are already party level maxed, we can't use this right now. But if I went over, for example, to Vice, who is only level 4, we could technically use the experience charm on him for plus 100 exp. So yeah, this is a nice little additional feature, quality of life change, and it will help you just with your grinding to make sure that you are not underpowered for the subsequent fights. But folks, I think that's a great place to leave the video here. So thank you so much for watching. What do you guys think of Tactics Ogre Reborn? And if you have played either the original game or the PSP version, are you going to be picking this game up when it becomes available? And the release date is the 11th of November 2022, so not too far away at all. And you can pick this up either for your PS5, PS4, Nintendo Switch, or on Steam if you want to play on PC. So that's been my little introduction to Tactics Ogre Reborn. I'm really having a good time with this. I'm enjoying this. Like I say, you know, I'm not a pro at these tactics-based games, but a lot of you guys are. You talk about them all the time on my channel, so this one was for you all. Thank you so much for watching today. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe for future content going forward, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.